Ladies and gentlemen, we are back with another episode of the ABJ Podcast, episode 59. 59 episodes since October. Absolutely insane. This week is really honestly a pretty jam-packed episode. Jus Sayin will be on in 1 minute. We'll talk to him. And then tomorrow at 7 o'clock will be the cause of it all, Joey Conway. And then the 18th, which I said on the episode will be 62, but it's not. It will not be live Thursday, but it airs Thursday. We'll episode with Grim from GTS Wrestling, which is really, really, really exciting. So very excited for you guys to hear that one. Then next week on Monday will be Leo Sparrow. Tuesday will be Julia Smokes, and Thursday will be Brandon Downey. So that'll be what's going on there. Always card subject to change. People's times and things change. So that's essentially the plan. We'll see how it goes. If you guys are interested, now is a great time to grab some t-shirts, to join the Patreon. You can do as little as $1 a month, $5 a month, whatever works. Things are going to be changing here very, very soon for me. I can't really get into it or talk about it, or something I'm not really interested in talking about yet, but it is coming soon. But there's a lot of changes in my life. Obviously you guys know that my car broke down. Car led to a job, no job, led to a few other things, and so there's some major changes. I do have to relocate where I'm at, so this background will be changing. I don't know what it's going to look like soon, but stick with me. So the next month I do have 3 interviews planned for next month. I don't know if I'm going to be taking on any more, just in case of life changes and how we're going to figure it out. But yeah, just stick with the ABJ podcast. It might have to go on hiatus for a little bit, but I will be back. I promise. I just got to get on my feet and figure things out. And yeah, so we'll figure it'll be fun. But listen, let's get some sponsorships ad reads. Guys, it has finally happened, and a whole store fully dedicated to vintage wrestling. They said it can never be done, but I have seen it with my own eyes. Suplex Vintage Wrestling is a store curated by wrestling fans for wrestling fans, located on 5th Street in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, just one block south of South Street. That South is confuses me. South Street and the heart of Queen Village. Their shop features the largest collection of vintage wrestling apparel under one classic roof, and their selection includes classic designs featuring your favorite wrestlers from the Golden Age, the Attitude Era, internationals, indies, and more. And if you're tired of watching premium live events at home, then SVW hosts the best watch parties since your best friend's Kyle's 12th birthday party when you were a kid. We will be there on the 1 o'clock on the 27th watching Night of Champions. So come on out if you're in the Philadelphia area and come explore. I believe there's going to have some food and some other cool things going on. So come hang out with us in Philly on the 27th. And if premium live events and shirts aren't your thing, then they have the largest selection of figures, replica belts, trading cards, and hats and rare wrestling memorabilia. They have something for every wrestling enthusiast out there. So what are you waiting for? Check them out on Instagram at suplex.svw, or you can check them out on their website, suplexsvw.com, and let them satisfy your nostalgia needs. Yeah, definitely go check them out. They've been a huge help. Their logo is down here in the corner, as well as Elevation 1470 and High Tension Wrestling. High Tension Wrestling just dropped their latest show, which was the Spring Break 93. I made my ring announcing debut. So if you want to hear ABJ do some ring announcing, go check that out. It was really crazy. But that's pretty much it. Links below for myself as well as my guest. Just if you want to throw that support. Also in the Discord, if you're watching this on Facebook or if you're listening to the audio platforms, make sure you hit likes, shares, comments, and check out the rest of the social medias. You can go follow and maybe go give a YouTube link a subscribe. That helps out a lot too. So without further ado, let me bring in my guest for tonight for episode 59. Jus Sayin. What's up, man?
Hey, how's it going? What's going on out there in ABJ podcast land? How y'all feeling tonight?
I hope everyone's feeling good. The chat is going on. We got Outside the Ring with Ryan. He's very excited for this. He's a big fan of yours. Stephen Chambers in the chat. Also, Stephen Chambers throwing some love to my Texas Tornado t-shirt.
Yeah, no, that's a great shirt.
Hoping everything goes well with you. I appreciate that, man. We're gonna fight, but it's gonna take some time. In the chat, also on the Twitch side, Captain Butters, my little brother, hanging out and sharing the link out. We appreciate that.
Appreciate it.
So how you been, man? What have you been up to?
Oh man, I have been working in wrestling. Like that's pretty much it. I don't do much else. No, it's been wild. been doing a lot with Chosen Pro and Titan, and recently Smash Master, and then Saturday was CWF. Man, I'm just trying to be out here, trying to get my reps in.
You're getting that grind in. Now, who do you? I mean, I know this, but let the people know who you roll with. A little bit of a crew. You guys roll in kind of deep. You carpool together. Who's usually in your little posse?
So it's me, Daniel Alexander, and Oliver. Now, I mean, Ollie V from the WG. I mean, y'all may know us as No Colors, Just Bangers. Just saying. But nah, but it's us, man. It's fun. It's a good time, man. We're brothers, man. What we supposed to do.
Bro, that bit that you guys did at Smash Master where you all got in the ring and danced, bro, the funniest thing I've ever seen in my life. Oliver,
Yeah, I mean,
he killed it.
Oliver, yeah, Oliver is he's the best dancer out of all of us, man. He's that man is twinkle toes.
Yeah, I like Javiera's honorary ooze. I can't honorary.
Bruh. Oh man, nah, I love those guys, man. Those are my bros.
Very, very entertaining. So let's walk back here a little bit, and I'll ask you my baseline question here. When did you fall in love with this thing we call professional wrestling?
So I fell in love with it as a fan, as a child. My mom got me watching it, and I was watching it as a kid growing up. You know, Hogan, Macho Man, like all of them. And it's just, I don't know how to explain it, man. It's just something about, like, wrestling fans get it when you see a good match and you see the guy just, oh yeah, brother, you just feel it. You're right with him. So I fell in love with actually wrestling 4 years ago. Started out in the yards. A friend of mine got me into it, and yeah, I was the first time I took a bump, I was like, oh yeah, I like this. And then it's been all downhill from there, man. Just
Now, were you with Daniel Alexander? Were you guys doing this in the streets, or was this something you went to a school and started off that way?
so actually, yes. While I wasn't in the same fed that Daniel originally came up in, he started working with the fed that I was in. It's kind of how We Are One started forming. Which, if y'all don't know now, We Are One is our wrestling vibe. I mean, we put shows on. You can catch us at shows Wilding Out, and it's a lot of fun. But that was where I met him. So like he's been there for me from the start. When they say, you know, the dudes that's been in the gym with you, that's who you should remember. Yeah, he's been in the gym with.
That's crazy. How do you, like, all right, so if you're in the city of Philadelphia right now, Philly, unfortunately, unless I'm wrong, and you know more than I do, it seems like it's kind of dying when it comes to independent wrestling. It seems like it's easier to run shows in Jersey, so everyone just goes across the bridge.
Yeah,
Is that correct?
I mean, it's kind of, there's still some shows that run over here, but like, I don't know, because like there's a lot of Philly talent.
Yes, tons.
But we're all wrestling over in Jersey. So I don't know, man. It's one of those things where like the scene it's not dead, but there should be a lot more than what we have right now.
I totally agree. And for people who are wondering, well, why is that the case, guys? If you don't know, like right now, there is actually legislation going on in New York, and the legislation in New York can set a really big precedent, because if New York does it, that's huge.
Everybody else
because they are literally the ones who are the hardest to get stuff in. For the longest time, you couldn't do UFC in New York City. So if they're in the forefront of changing how professional wrestling is deemed under a state athletic commission, that changes a lot for independent wrestling, because independent wrestling, man, you got to pay your talent, you got to pay your venue, You got to pay the sound guy. If you want production, you got to pay. Like, there's a lot of money you got to pay. Then on top of it, your athletic commission has to get paid, and then you have to pay for a license, and then you got to pay for a doctor to be there, and then you got what the doctor's
insurance.
Cool. I don't mind the doctor. You know what I mean? Like that, you got to pay the insurance thing, because a lot of people back in the day were super carny, and they would take money and then just dip out of town. So these things had to be put in place for these reasons.
They had to be regulated.
And it had to be regulated. Yes. So that's why it's really hard, because there's less regulation in Jersey than there is Pennsylvania. And Jersey, you can do a lot more extreme stuff with the death match and the hardcore. So that Philly niche of your hardcore ECW old school stuff can't really be done in Philly anymore. So it goes across the bridge over to Jersey. Yeah. So it is really hard to run shows in Pennsylvania. And if someone does run shows in Pennsylvania, they got to come out of their pocket right off the jump.
Yeah, no, it's wild. Which is crazy. Which the backyard scene, I mean, still exists. So, but like they try to keep it as like anonymous and hard to find as possible. I'm not going to tip the people off to the chicks. You never know, somebody might be watching.
Yeah,
snitch.
Feds could be watching. Okay,
right, they pull everything. No, but I mean, it's there. It's just most of the talent goes to Jersey just because it's easier to get booked, less you have to worry about.
Once I get my car back, I want to experience a Philadelphia backyard wrestling show. I feel it's gonna have a really nice charm to it.
I mean, there's a few I know of. I might be able to put you on one, take you to one. I mean, go with you. They're fun. I mean, it's a show.
Now, are you guys wrestling in a ring? Are you wrestling in the grass? What's happening here?
So, I mean, I've actually done both. When I was yard, and I've wrestled on grass and I've wrestled in the ring. I started in the ring, and then I was in another little fed trying to help them out, and they didn't have a ring yet, but I was trying to help them out, so I did what I did. Made sure I worked safe, because at that point in time I was wanting to go pro, so I was working towards that. It depends on where you go.
Yeah, that's crazy. So when you decided to go pro, what school did you end up landing on in that plethora of just across the bridge schools that are over there in Jersey?
So originally when I went pro, I started training with DWA, Delta Wrestling Alliance.
Okay. And
then Daniel Alexander, he had ran across this place, and he was like, "Yo, you should come check it out, see if you want to train here." So we went. Ended up being Skid Row Pro Wrestling Academy, and now when I train, that's where I go. I don't know. I just really like the school. I love the field. The guys there are kind of cool. And I can say a lot of the growth that I've had in the ring just in the past year, I attribute to them totally. Like, school's good, top notch.
Yeah. So what if someone who's not in wrestling who listens to this, or even if someone is in the business and they're listening to this, what is the experience you get out of Skid Row Academy?
I mean, basically they're going to teach you how to be a professional wrestler. It's not just moves. There's more to it. There's I don't want to go too into detail because I don't want to give things away, but you learn all the little things that make a match a match.
The in-ring psychology, they're teaching you character development, stuff like that.
All that. And I don't know, like, people swear by this school, that school. I know there's H2O, there's Monster Factory, and those guys are great. And I mean, I guess I probably I'd go as hard wherever I was at, but I don't know. I just kind of feel like there is home. So
yeah,
I mean,
that's understandable.
I don't know. You just feel like you know.
Yeah. Now it's and like I said, you and Daniel have been grinding for a while. You're more the Skid Row guy. He's more he's out of the Monster Factory for
Mhm.
the most part, right? Now,
Yeah.
when you guys link up on the scene, where are some promotions that people can catch you that you guys work at together?
Oh man. So you got Pro Wrestling R, you've got We Are One, of course, Smash Master newly, GTS, um, Chosen Pro Wrestling. Um, you can see me at Titan shows. I haven't been consistently booked there yet. I've only wrestled one match on the Titan show so far. I'm hoping to, up that.
Were you
I
on
like
that
what they're doing.
958 person Royal Rumble?
I'm not yet. I might get in it. I don't know. That's a lot of
I mean,
people.
they need people. You might as well get in it, right?
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, no. At the Free for All, the show that happened on the same day as Free for All. I can't remember the name of it, but I was in the Chosen Showcase match, the
Yeah.
triple tag. Um, those are the main places right now. If I forgot anybody, I'm sorry. CWF. Um, oh yeah, you can catch us there. You may not see us as a team there. You might see us solo, but you'll be able to see each of us.
Uh, Tina says courage and power in the
That was
chat.
the show. Yep.
Yep. Kira Zakai in the chat says, "What's going on outside the ring?" So there's not a lot of wrestling shows. I haven't been able to go outside of the ring to do my outside the ring interviews. I would have hit my 90th interview by now. Keep grinding, man. You keep doing what you're doing, and you'll hit 90 in no time. Trust me.
It'll happen, bro.
Yeah, definitely. So how do you manage, your shoot job and this pro wrestling and training and being on the road and staying that consistent as long as you've been doing it now?
I mean, I'll be honest with you. I'm still trying to figure out how to manage it. If anybody get any tips, I would appreciate them. any advice? I'm just saying. Um, I don't know, man. It's just, I mean, I'm lucky to have a shoot job that kind of works with me around it. Guys at the job are actually really supportive of me being a wrestler. So that's kind of cool. Um, but I mean, I just try to get time in when I can, whenever I have an open moment, man. I don't do much outside of wrestling and work.
Yeah. Now, the character or the name or the persona of Jus Sayin, how did this come about? Where do you pull from? And is it just you turned to 11? Is there something to this?
Oh
Where does
man,
this all come from?
it's a lot. So all right, the name comes originally from years ago, back when like Facebook was first starting out. Um, I used to post statuses, and I would always say after the status, "I'm just saying, I'm just saying." So I just made the name Just Say. Um, the inspirations for the character, though, I kind of I pull from Dragon Ball, Spider-Man, and me turned up to about 11. Um, so it depends on uh, what fed I'm at, what kind of character they need me to play, which side of that you'll get. But yeah, they're all in there.
Yeah. So who are some people that, growing up watching, or even people on the scene that you pull from, that you would say like maybe you emulate or you try to put into your character or in-ring style?
Um, well, Macho Man, number one. Like, if you've seen my entrance, you see me put the finger up. That's my ode to Macho Man. Um,
Gotta
Bret
keep your
Hart.
pinky still and everything else keeps moving.
Ooh, yeah. Um, um, Bret Hart is another one. Um, just his I want to be as good technically as he was in the ring.
You ready for some heat now?
Sure.
Not a Bret Hart guy.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Fair enough.
I'm a Sean all day long.
I was just about to say you must be a Heartbreak Kid guy if you're not a Bret guy.
Yeah.
I can dig it though. I can dig it though. Sean is a hell of a performer. He was great in the ring too.
Brett's great. Brett's a good professional wrestler. Sean is a great entertainer. He's a good sports entertainer. Sports entertainment started with Shawn Michaels.
Yeah, I'd say he was probably like really the original.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, he's the one who changed wrestling into the sports entertainment aspect.
And maybe I don't know. Maybe Flair might have been like the predecessor of it coming. Yeah. Like Flair was still, but he had that charisma. He had that level and like showmanship. Like the way he takes face bumps, man, I love it. Like,
yeah.
Flair is also an influence. I want to get to the point where I can oversell like he does without like being like overly obnoxious with it.
Just be overly obnoxious. Who cares? Have fun. Bro, you know what Tommy Vex said to me, and it makes so much sense, and it's crazy that I'm agreeing with Tommy Vex. Is he goes, you look at a match, right? And you can do a 450, you can do 45 super kicks, you can do anything. But if you do one, just something like the small thing, the oversell, I guarantee that sticks in the wrestling fans more than the huge sequence of things you did to go from spot to spot to spot to spot to spot. That's 1 second that you took time to oversell something or play into the crowd. That sticks in their brains more than anything else.
No, it really does. It's crazy. Like, I don't know. I might catch heat for what I'm about to say. You see a lot of matches like on the indies that are like filled with spots. Everybody wants to get their shit off. And I mean, that's cool. But like simpler is more. Simplicity is like it's a lost art. Like like I've seen matches where guys have worked headlocks like the first 2 minutes of the match, just a headlock, and the crowd is into it. Like you don't have to do a lot, just be engaging. Like you got that headlock, you're torquing on it. You know what I mean, look somebody in the eye, be
screaming at someone in the front row.
This your guy, right? Like, it doesn't take a lot.
Yeah. Well, I will say is you definitely Daniel Alexander, guys like Rocket, where you guys are more known for your high flying. You're gonna jump, you're gonna dive, you're gonna go crazy. People in the front row are gonna have to catch you. But you guys,
I mean, Rocket and Daniel definitely. I'm not really a flyer.
Yeah. But you got. I mean, you do a little bit of. I mean, you're not doing crazy. You'll throw some stuff in there. But like
every now and then,
you guys know when to also, especially Daniel and Rocket. Like they'll do the craziest jump, flip, the whole nine, but they take that second after they do their flip and they turn and look at the crowd, and they feed off it instead of running right back into the next spot. And I think that's what sets them apart, because those flyers, a lot of time a guy will fly and then just like right back into his spot, and he's right into his next spot. Yeah. Probably a good example if someone's trying to compare to like when AEW does their crazy spot weapons matches or death matches, there's zero wrestling involved. It's just spot to spot to spot. Someone gets in a situation where they probably should have just died and the match should be over, and they pop right back up and they go right to their next area. And it's just like,
Superman.
Stop. Take 2 seconds to sell what like just happened. Exactly. Yeah. Like everyone talks about Sammy. Yeah, Sammy and Cody in the ladder match, when they did that crazy ladder spot and they both got up right immediately and then went right to another big spot. It's like you just took everybody. You took me way out of it. It was just like, take a second to just sell that. You just died. Like
nobody's that much of a warrior, bro.
Yeah.
Nobody.
Absolutely. Here you go. Even I thought Roman Reigns' match with him and Sami Zayn was absolutely amazing at the Elimination Chamber, one of my favorite matches. There you go. They did a lot of that. They played to the crowd. They sold their spots they were supposed to sell. Just to taking a couple seconds to do that is huge. Yeah, tell that story. Now I've seen, you know, obviously in the picture leading up to this, and I think it's right there above your head. You got some
It
gold. You
is.
got some hardware.
I do.
T-
I do.
what?
I am the We Are One Omega champion. Have been for more than a year now.
Well, look at you, tribal
Yeah,
chief over here.
yeah. I mean, I ain't got two, but you know, I definitely be throwing up the one. Um, yeah, no, yeah, man.
Walk us through that. Now, obviously, a lot of people say, "Oh, it's just a belt. It's just it's a prop. It's this." But when someone puts a title on you, they take pride in you. They trust you. You are becoming
You're a
the brand of
representative.
the representative of a company. So, is that your first title you've won?
Yeah. Well, no, the first title that I won was DWA's Tag Team Championships.
So this is your first
Running.
solo title.
That's my first solo title. Yeah.
So walk us through the emotions of that. You find out you're winning the title. You go and do your match. Pull the curtain back a little bit. What is your emotions?
I mean, it was wild because, like, I mean, so first of all, I wasn't even supposed to still be here in Philadelphia at this point in time. Um, like, just before we started with all the shows and all this stuff, um, I lost my brother to gun violence.
Jeez, I'm sorry to hear that, man.
Yeah, it was crazy. It came right on top of like my dad dying too. So like
Mm.
rough, and like I had basically had kind of like just had it with Philly, and I was gonna move to California. Um, just when I was about to move, a friend of mine in the biz gets into a pretty bad car accident, and asked me to if I could fill in on the tag team for him because you know they had an opportunity, and if he's not going to be able to be there for a year, they're going to lose the opportunity. He didn't want to do that to his partner. So I mean, and they were my bros, so I mean, it wasn't really, you know, I mean, that hard of a decision for me. I was like, yeah, you know, I got you. I can push off moving until after that. So I did, and I mean,
Sucked
it's
you back in.
been nutty since, man. I had champ for a year, tag team champ. I'm all over the place now. I mean, I don't know. Things were happening the way they're supposed to, I guess.
Yeah. No, I feel that, man. And that can't be easy. I mean, you're essentially you were trying to escape your area because you know too much trauma and everything that was going on. But this professional wrestling business and your support system of your brothers and sisters in this business is essentially keeping you locked in. And we're glad you didn't make that move, man. I know it's tough to probably walk the streets and be part of that city where you have so much loss, but there's gonna be a lot of
I
gain
mean,
coming out of it. You know.
yeah, no, it's crazy because like even like to be honest with you, my bro is the one who got me started wrestling. He's who took me to the show, was like, you should do this, blah blah, and started. Um, we were even supposed to be a tag team. Probable cause. Rest in peace, Tommy Flame. Um, I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't. I think if I wasn't wrestling though, I wouldn't have anywhere to like channel that energy.
Yeah.
So I think it had been good for me in that respect, I guess. It sucked, bro. That whole period. Sucked.
Now, growing up in environments like that, where that is a situation in the city, do you think wrestling was a positive escape for you that you didn't fall into these traps?
Um, so be fair, when I was growing up, um, like Philly was nowhere near as bad as it is now. And I spent like maybe from 5 to 13 living just outside of Philly and Cheltenham.
Hmm.
And then my parents got divorced, and that was when I was back and forth between like Mayfair and basically Northeast, all of Northeast Philadelphia and there. Um, so like it wasn't really that bad, and I'm kind of a homebody. I don't I'm not I was never the type to run the streets. It just wasn't didn't see the point.
Yeah.
Video games, if I'm not going out to play ball, Yeah, I was in the house.
So it's a little bit of a gamer. You said gaming, anime. You're into all that. What
Yes.
are some of your favorites? What are you into?
I mean, obviously, Dragon Ball, like
Mm-hmm.
that's probably on everybody's list.
No,
Fist of the North
I have a
Star.
hard time with anime. I'm trying to still find. I've been trying so hard because I am a giant nerd.
Okay.
But I have a really hard time getting into Japanese animation. It is really tough for me. I've tried so many, and
So, what's the issue for you? What's the problem?
I don't know, man. Just the tempo of the show. Everyone's always crying. Like, like,
I can dig it. I can dig it. Too many feels.
yeah, bro. I watched this one with my friends, and I watched a good chunk of the one season, and it was essentially these superheroes who fight, and I was like, all right, it's superheroes. I'll get into that. And then the dude they fight has like a hand on his face.
Oh, My Hero Academia.
Yeah, and every episode just I'm just like, yo, why is every episode and everyone in the room's crying? And I'm just like, why? Like, maybe it's because I like to watch, like, even TV shows, like when someone watches Grey's Anatomy and they bawl the whole time, or they watch these drama shows and like, I like comedy shows. Like, I want Always Sunny.
Right.
Give me Bob's Burger. I want to laugh when I watch TV. I want to be entertained. I don't want to feel sad. And a lot of that Japanese, they just try to the Japanese animation. They try to pull all that sorrow and upset.
Well,
Like,
all right. So it sounds like you're watching a specific set of anime, which would be shonen.
okay.
Which I mean, shonen is where you get your superhero kids, whatever, fighting to save the world. They're generally gonna have huge feel moments. Somebody's gonna die, everybody's gonna cry, stuff
Yeah.
like that. Friendship conquers all. But I mean, there's like whole other genres. Like you've got drama genres, you've got comedy genres. Like they have like harem comedies where the dude's like a total fool, but he just has all these girls going after him and
So
gets into weird situations
when
with
I
them.
was younger and I was skinny and I couldn't grow a beard yet, but I had big sideburns. My buddy's older brother from New York loved Japanese animation. He used to call me Lupin because he said I look like Lupin the
Lupin the
Third.
Third.
And then I went and
Hmm.
looked up Lupin the Third. He was a creepy sexual predator. I was like, why are you calling me that? He's like, oh, you're the sideburns, bro. It's just the sideburns.
I don't know if he was a sexual predator or the show, because
Bro, he
like I've
was,
only caught. I know he was a thief.
yeah, he
I
was a
know. I know
thief,
they
and
did that.
he was trying to grab up on the women's cheeks all the time.
I mean, yeah, he might have been in that case. Yeah, he's wild. It's not okay, bro. But nah, his sideburns with the mutton chops were
Huge.
real.
So
Things were serious.
I liked Speed Racer when I was a kid. I like Speed Racer. And then I'm more into the American, like, so my brother here says, he goes, I'm more into the American animation, and then my brother's more into the anime bug. And his question is, what any new anime are you watching at the moment?
Jujutsu Kaisen, Demon Slayer. I might as well say One Piece because like that's still going over 1,000 episodes. It's crazy. It's nuts. Um, I don't know. Like when I go on Crunchyroll, whatever I get curious about, I'll pop on and watch.
See, I like the movie of Death Note that everyone hated, but I thought the movie was a good movie.
Yeah, I mean, outside if you remove it from it being this from the source material, yeah,
Yeah.
no, it was a good movie. It was a solid movie. It's
I
just
watched one with my friend
fans.
anime show. I don't know what it was called, but it wasn't for me. It was just weird. It's just not for me. I used to watch Sailor Moon. Is that anime? It is, and I actually
Yes.
learned in an episode with Cosmic that is called oh, it has a special anime name. Is it like space? Like, it might be just called Cosmic. No, that anime has a certain style, like the girl super wet natural witchy anime or something like that. I don't know. It has a special.
No, it does. It does. And off the top of my head, I couldn't tell you either. Um, like just look it up.
Yeah, That's probably the first anime I've ever heard of was Sailor Moon. That was huge.
So Transformers.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you're right. That's
Transformers
probably
was an anime. Transformers was an anime. A lot of people don't know that or realize that because I mean it aired here. Generation One was big, but yeah, Voltron was anime. Robotech, if you call them.
Power Rangers, not anime, but it was very Japanese inspired.
Yes.
All the suit fights were all shot in
Yep.
Japan, and then they Americanized the sitcom part in America.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah.
All those little shows that came out like then, like what was it? Them VR Troopers,
Yeah.
Beetleborgs, all that.
Yeah. Pokemon, technically an anime. You're right. I like Pokemon. I'm still a Pokemon guy.
Yeah. And Pokemon was funny. Ash used to roast everybody, especially Misty. Misty used to catch it worse. Ash used to talk greasy about Misty. It was crazy.
There was another one I tried watching. What's the one with the big spooky looking giants, and they have to like build the towns with the big walls so the giants
Attack
can't get
on
in?
Titan.
I tried that one
Titan.
too. I couldn't get into it.
So like I'm gonna be real. If you're not an anime fan, Attack on Titan is probably the worst anime you could ever watch.
Really?
Is
there like a wrestling anime? Is there like
there is.
Is
There's
called
Baki the
American
Grappler.
something muscle, right?
Yeah, there's that one too. Jushin Thunder Liger has a anime.
That's awesome.
Yeah, like literally, and it's him in the anime. It's great. Like the whole story is crazy.
Attack on Titan.
Yeah, there's
try
a
to
few
be
out.
funny. No, I'm not attacking on Titan. Titan in Jersey's safe. Yeah. ABJ don't be hating people though. I think Titan's fine though.
No, Titan's good. Like Attack on Titan is a rough one if you're not in that.
Yeah.
And there's so a lot of animes like to be like real deep and play with like themes, especially like religion being one.
Okay.
So like another anime I would in that vein that I would warn you to stay away from is Neon Genesis Evangelion. Do not watch that.
I just got breaking news for the video game culture. Essentially, it was blocked first, but now it's saying, I'm double checking Twitter just to make sure it's legit. They're saying that the Activision Xbox deal has been approved. I don't know how true it is.
I mean, that's. I mean, I don't doubt that it has been. There's probably concessions that they had to make to get it approved. But I mean, that's big for Microsoft. Probably not going to help Xbox sales.
Yeah, the EU has approved the Xbox acquisition of Activision, Blizzard, and King. It is official. All right. Mm-hmm. Good for them. That's a big pickup.
Yeah.
Sony tried real hard to not stop that one, but it did not happen.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know if Sony was like really wanting to stop that, or Sony.
Oh no, they were trying to very hard to stop it.
Oh no, I know they did a lot to do it, but I feel like Sony was just like, you know what? Just because they're trying to be dicks, let's be dicks back and make this hard as possible for them to get it.
Well, it actually backfired because everything that Sony accused them of doing, Xbox subpoenaed them and made them give them all their documents. So then it essentially pulled the skirt up on Sony a little bit, and Sony's like, "Oh shit, we were kind of doing shady things for a very long time," and they got caught. They got caught on it.
Yeah, like, and I mean, here's the thing: like, how did you not know that? Like, they locked up the market share on video games alone.
Yeah,
you don't do that for as long as they've done that without doing shady shit.
Well, the tides are now turning, it looks like. So when it comes to video games, what are you playing? What systems are you on?
All of them.
You're on all of them.
Although I had the Xbox One, I don't have the newest Xbox. PS5 and PC.
The fridge. I got my fridge back there.
Nice.
I don't have the PS5 yet. That's
yeah, I got the Wi-Fi router sitting right there.
What are you playing what are you playing more of?
PlayStation.
PlayStation?
PlayStation.
What's your game?
So I just finished running through Final Fantasy VII Remake again.
Okay.
Getting ready for 16 to come out. Pretty much role-playing games and the action adventure games like God of War and Horizon Zero Dawn. You may catch me on Destiny or Apex.
Okay. I feel that. Oh, we got in the chat here. Here you go. Being an anime fan, do you play Persona?
I do. And
I don't know what
Persona,
Persona is.
it's a game. It's basically the characters, they capture spirits as a layman's way to say it, and they use them to battle.
Okay.
Persona 5 was a really fun game, really enjoyable.
Is that a
So much
PS
so
game or is that on Switch or something?
that's on PlayStation. I believe it has crossed over to other consoles.
Yeah, I'm not
I
sure.
think it's I think it's on Steam at the very least, if it's not on every other console.
They're on Xbox Game Pass for free now. Well, I don't have Xbox
Yep.
Game Pass anymore, so it'll be a while till I'm back on that. But yeah, so let's shift back over to wrestling for a second. That was fun. I like that little side tour. But
No problem.
who are some? We said earlier the Philly scene is packed, and there may or may not be eyes listening to the podcast who are actively looking for that Philly talent. Who are some people that you would say in the Philly scene are people that you should be looking out for or watching?
I mean, outside of myself, Daniel Alexander, and Ollie V from the WJ Oliver. James Gray, Jermaine, if you ain't already got eyes on them, you should. These guys are workhorses.
That's the Brothers Gray.
Bonnet Club.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry, Bonnet Club, yes.
Samael Fawzi, he's student of Skid Row, and he's amazing in the ring. He's definitely a top talent to be looking out for. Who else? A lot of people out here. Shout out my boy Rio Roman. He's a pretty good talent. You should be seeing him more. I would like to see him more. So Rio, if you see this, bro, get out there, bro. You too good to be laid back as you are. This is you got a lot, man. A lot of people coming out of here. A lot of people coming.
Yeah.
Like pretty much anytime you hear Philly mentioned after where the wrestler's from, yeah, those the guys. Those the guys.
What are some promotions that you would like to work that you haven't yet? Let's put some stuff into existence.
So at the Sanctuary, I know they're running out of I would love to just one match. But I mean, if I could be booked there consistently, it'd be great. But just one time, I want to walk out there.
I may know people who are always at the Sanctuary. I heard they have a really cool commentator.
Really?
Yeah. He's
kind
of
of
looks
have
like
to meet this commentator guy.
It looks like Fat Jesus. He commentates there a lot. But yeah, usually first Fridays are usually the best days to go when they have their first Friday shows. Yep.
First Fridays, I'm gonna have to make my way out there on the first Friday. Then got one coming up in 2 weeks. So there's that. Invictus, BCW. I mean, pretty much like I'm all over the indie scene. If I'm not wrestling, I'm at shows, on the floor, being loud, sharing with fans, helping out, stuff like that. I mean, so pretty much anywhere where I'm at, I can get in the ring. That's what I'm for, man. I'm trying to get these reps in.
Who are some people on the scene that you would like to work?
hands down, I would say the person at the top of the list right now, Darius Carter.
I love that. I tried so hard to get him on the podcast, but he is a busy, busy man.
Yes, yes, but I mean, just the way his work in the ring, man, he is. I want to be in a match with him. Like he's phenomenal. Um, Isaiah Wolf, Deshaun Pratt.
Ooh, Deshaun.
Yep.
I don't know if you listened to the most recent episode with Deshaun Pratt, but he says CZW's doors are open, and the only thing you got to pay him is your sweat. Just get down there.
Yeah, no. Me and Deshaun have had that conversation. Just wanted the time to get down there, bro.
I'm telling you right now, man, I am a giant mark for that man. And if I was in the business and I was trying to better myself or find someone who I can get under to learn from and train with, Deshaun's that dude.
Yeah, no, I've got a list. I've got a list of guys that I want to learn from. He's one. Preacher, Phineas James. He's another. I've done a seminar with him. I want to learn more. Cheeseburger, got some things I want to learn from him.
Well, CB, world famous.
Mm-hmm.
I was wondering why my connection is looking weak right now. My plug came out. I hope that doesn't mess anything up. I just put it back in. Hopefully we have no interruptions. We'll see.
Yeah, I mean from my end it doesn't look like it. You just stuttered a little bit, but
okay,
other than that, speaking of Cheeseburger, he's somebody else I would also like to have a match with. I want to go against some guys that are up there, man. See where I'm at, see where I stand, see where I measure up. I think I might be on their level or close to it.
All great answers. Well, listen, we are getting close to that end time. So if you guys have any questions in the chat, please get them in for Just Sayin. Just Sayin, where can people find you on social media and how can they show that support?
The easiest places to find me are Facebook and Twitter. On Facebook, just search Just Sayin. You'll see my face. Twitter is at Just Sayin DG1. Instagram, JusDaGr81. And on YouTube, Just Amazing with 3 A's to start amazing.
We need to get you all in the same brand. That's that's so hard to find everybody. They got all these different names across all these platforms.
Yeah, like I kind of wanted to do that. It's kind of why I changed up I did the Twitter as it is, but like it seemed like everything was taken as far as that. So I had to find ways around it.
Yeah. Anything else out there you want to get out, plug, talk about before we get out of here?
May 20th, Goddesses of War, Wrath of the Goddesses, and Titan Championship Wrestling's Rise of Titans. Make sure y'all come out to that show. It's going to be a great show. It's a doubleheader. I mean, you might see your boy there. Just say it. Just say it.
Just say it.
Seeing some of the promos online. You know, I've been making my journey there.
I love it. I love it. All right. Well, I don't know if we have anything else in the chat for going on. Actually, I do have one more question to go out. Riding with guys like Rocket and Danielle Alexander and stuff. Any funny moments on the road? Any funny stories? What is it usually like? Because Danielle Alexander seems like he just can't stay still. So how does he get into a car and not move for that long while he's driving?
I mean, so like low key will either be so Ali has this like playlist for traveling to wrestling that we listen to, and it's just a bunch of entrance themes. So usually you'll catch us like we'll be like singing the wrestling themes. Like if I Walk Alone comes on, yeah, me and Ali are going hard on that. Like I love Walk Alone. I Walk Alone. Yeah. Judas, of course, we go hard on Judas. Other than that, we might just be bugging out, just talking about wrestling or anything in general, man. Like we're just full of jokes and goofy, man. it doesn't matter. Well, that's a lot of things, a lot of stuff like that. Feel it.
I feel
Boys
like
hanging out.
there should be a camera crew following Daniel Alexander on everywhere he goes, because he is just so high energy all the time. He's
Yeah, man.
when he's turned on, he's on.
Yeah, no, he is. That the energy, like legit.
Yeah.
It's the truth. Me, like I don't have as much energy as him. I'm kind of laid back a little. I mean, I have
Someone's
my
got to
moments.
be.
Yeah. I'm like the balance.
Yeah. But listen, man, it was so awesome to have you on the podcast. This door is always open. I know it's closing for a little bit, but I promise, I said to everyone in the chat, I will be back. Just give me some time to adjust to this new life and this new scenario I'm going into. I will talk about it more when the time comes and it's appropriate, I guess you would say. But I appreciate everyone for the support. I do have tons more interviews going. I have 2 more this week, 3 next week, 1 on the 30th and 1 on the 1st. So I will average 2 a week. I don't know about June. June, I only have 3 people booked. They're all 3 great guests. I might try to get a couple more in there just to maybe do 1 a week to try to keep it going. I think I just lost him. It's spinning, but yep,
Oh,
you're
no.
back. No, you're good.
All
I think
right.
it's definitely on my end. I think there's something going on with the internet. But
Oh,
thank you all so much for supporting the ABJ podcast. Just saying, thank you for coming and hanging out. Make sure you check the links below to support myself as well as my guest. I don't have the link up as what yet, but recently injured wrestler Tony Deppen just recently wrestled in Brooklyn against Zack Sabre Jr. and broke his arm about 3 or 4 minutes into the match. Still wrestled, still worked. It's completely shattered. So he has he's on stiffblade.com or stiffbladeapparel.com. I know there's Masha shirts there, a bunch of different shirts, but Tony Deppen shirts are there. It's a brand new shirt out. Go support him because right now
please.
the dude, when wrestlers get hurt, man, they need all the help they can get. And Tony was on a very hot streak right now with GCW and doing really big things. Now he's going to be out for some time for a broken arm. So definitely go show that support. When wrestlers go down, man, we got to be the ones to pick them up because it's very easy in this business to walk away, to fix yourself mentally or fix yourself physically, and the business keeps moving. So
it don't take but a second to be forgotten.
Yeah, so if you support your people, man, support them hard because sometimes it's good to get your flowers when you're still able to see them. You know what I mean? It sucks when you walk away and everyone goes, "Man, you were my favorite. Why'd you leave?" And I'm like, I left because I didn't think the support was there. You know what I mean? So definitely go show that support. Philly Mike's links are below. You can still show him some love. But that'll do it for the podcast. Here is actually real quick. I don't know if you've seen these. So I got these color schemes done. I know you're an Eagles fan, but look at these. Look at these fancy Commander color schemes I got going on here. Look at this. Look how pretty they are. And I got some Notre Dame ones. These Notre Dame color schemes looking fresh too. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that white and gold one was hot. I like that on a lot.
A little burgundy in there too. That's what's up. We got some new logos. Actually, I'm supposed to drop some tonight. There's some new Monday Night Raw logos, some SmackDown logos that are out. So be on the look for those for new merch as well. But we'll get out of here. Thank you guys so much. Thank you so much for hanging out. Here's music by the Converse Kid, Billy Trey, and we'll see you tomorrow night at 7:00 with the cause of it all, Joey Conway. See you soon.
Appreciate you having me, man.
Anytime.